a psychologist many years back, Roger Shell. He's famous for publishing 5 dominant negotiation styles. Number 1 is an accommodating approach, where I tend to want to keep the other party happy. I walk in trying to find out what you need and wanting to accommodate you. Your second style is avoiders. They don't really like to bring up the sticky situations in the room. They don't like to raise that elephant and start to discuss it. They can actually be seen as being very tactful. So if they go into a meeting, they're unlikely to tread on other people's toes. In fact, they're probably going to avoid having that discussion altogether. And then maybe when the contract's been ironed out and put in writing, you might find that there's a hairy ugly that we can't agree to, and somebody else has got to come in now and discuss and negotiate that because they didn't deal with that situation. Your third style is collaborating. Collaborating is the best one out of the 5, or the most favored out of those 5 styles. Collaborators can sometimes, though, make mountains out of molehills. Number 4 is competing. If you are dealing with competitive situations, then a competing style is going to be favorable. A competitive negotiator probably won't agree unless you've conceded something. So make sure you trade. Make sure you get something back in return, but they will often not conclude a deal unless they feel like they've won. And then number 5 is compromising. I've often had people say to me, Sharon, hang on, how is accommodating and compromising different? Because often accommodators think about themselves as compromising, but compromisers will make sure they get something back in return. Accommodators don't. Accommodators just end up giving in without getting anything back. The kind of negotiation that we prefer here, key step style, is what's called, and this links into Gavin Kennedy's work at Edinburgh University, is principled negotiation. Principled negotiators do four things. Number 1, they separate people from the problem. We tackle the issue we're facing. We don't make it personal about either party on either side. And if somebody attacks me personally, I ignore it and I focus on the issue. Number 2, they make sure that they focus on the interests of either party, not the positions that might be taken. Third thing they do is they explore options. And the fourth thing they do is they reach results based on standards. So that's what principled negotiation is.